Ah, okay. You should be good. Thanks for the follow. Oh boy. Hello, chat. But I am streaming BerryWorld. I don't really know what to start off with, but how is everyone's day today? Cause I'm all right, but should be ready in just a moment to start. I just want to make sure last minute things that I have are ready to go. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, doing good. It's great to hear, Justine. Nah, 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 nah. Uh, okay, I think I'm ready. Oh boy. mm. What time did I wake up today? I don't know. Does it really matter anymore? Any food? Caramel apple. Uh, you know what? Take some steak. Mm. Mm. Where Ellie's been today? Mm. Hello. I wasn't expecting to see you. Yeah. Uh, actually, I don't think Ellie's around today. I kind of woke up a little bit later than she does.
Huh. Alrighty then. Yeah, usually I come around just to check up on her and see what's going on. Especially nowadays, considering the fact that everything's going on, and I'm sure you're aware of that.
Mm-hmm. She's updated me on most of the stuff.
What all do you know?
To be fair, I can't put my can't really think right now. I kind of just woke up.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, it is noonish, so I guess people are probably still asleep here and there.
Yeah.
You don't seem to get out much, do you?
Nah, not really.
Is this all you do? You just sleep?
Kind of. I really gone out.
Well, I mean, if Ellie isn't around, and, well, if you're up for it, I can always buy you a drink or two.
You know what? Sure. Not really doing anything. Probably go back to sleep. If anything.
Trust me, you don't want to sleep in a world like this. You'd have to sleep with one eye open, if anything.
All right.
Well, the closest place I can think of when it comes to getting drinks from is Arachne's Tavern, which is in Haven, so. Which is where I just came from, but that's quite a treacherous walk back, so instead, what we're gonna do is we're going to use a boat instead.
Okay.
Alright, just make sure you're fastened in and whatnot. I wouldn't want you falling over and into the ocean.
I'm good.
So what you been up to besides sleeping?
Annoying my sister.
I guess we can be a little bit relatable. Although I wouldn't say that I'd annoy your sister. It's more like, I don't know, it's more like she annoys me sometimes. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, her
Yeah,
company is quite nice to have.
it is. Really is. Where are we
I
going
see
again?
you guys. We're going to Haven.
Okay.
It's where it's my sister's city.
Hmm.
I don't suppose you've ever been there, have you?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, Ellie was there a couple times. Last time I saw them there, they were at the ball that my sister put on.
The ball. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that ended in quite a bit of a fiasco. All because of those damn rebels, but we won't talk about them right now.
Mm.
Let's just hope Poseidon doesn't tip over my boat.
Oh boy.
I don't suppose that would happen, though.
I mean,
There's the
anything.
skyways. We could dock and go onto those and go to Haven. It'd be a much more quicker route, but there's something I do want to see on the way.
Now we can keep boating then. If you need to stop by somewhere.
Well, it's not that I'm gonna get out of the boat and go somewhere. It's more like I just need to check up on something.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that, well, I shouldn't really be checking out. It's not necessarily my duty to do so, but it's just something that I was told about, and, well, I don't know. I guess I'm just compelled to go see it a little bit. In fact, I haven't even seen this thing in a while. The last time I saw it, it was with my sister.
So I
Who
see.
knows? Maybe my sister can tell me a little bit more about it. Maybe they finally figured out what to do with it.
I would like to
But
ask
for now,
no, but I think I'll figure it out soon.
well, my sister was given a very interesting task by one of the gods, specifically Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm referring to. And well, since me and my sister have been off and on here and there with visitation, sometimes we don't get to tell each other that much very often. But that's what happens when you run a new world. That and you have rebellion going on.
Yeah. Forgot. I slept through almost every event that's gone on.
Well, perhaps that's maybe for a good thing.
I mean, I guess.
There's the water village. We have to pass this over here.
Mhm.
Well, I don't mean to scare you by saying that or anything like that. It's just that most of the events we've put on have kind of been interrupted. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. And I remember the last time I've gone out.
And to think that land over there and that land over there in the distance used to be full of towers, buildings, streets, and now it's just nothing.
Yeah. It was weird. I don't
Well,
know.
I guess we can say we're almost a little bit to finding the truth, but I'm just not really ready for it.
I don't really think anyone will be ready for it.
There it is. That tree over there.
Oh.
That right there apparently is no ordinary tree.
Mm, mm.
In fact, I think I can see Apollo over there. Not sure if you can see him, but he's there all right. I'm glad to see that the tree is still doing well.
Yeah. It,
As I said before, that's no ordinary tree. That tree holds sentimental value to Apollo. And my sister was given a task by Apollo. And well, I don't know, maybe they figured it out.
it's just something with that tree.
It's living, Sin. It's a living tree. It breathes like the rest of us. It has
Mm-hmm.
a heart, a soul. There's a person inside of it.
Yeah.
I know, kind of weird, but yeah, it's a thing, all right. I've seen it firsthand. Or from a distance, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Perhaps my sister accomplished their mission. But from what I could tell, her mission was to write down the history of that tree and whoever is inside of it.
So just to figure out and write about them.
Mm-hmm. My sister's quite interesting. She writes a lot of stories, and well, sometimes I do as well, but she writes them the most. And all of those stories get published inside the Apollo's library. And looks like we're here. Dionysus' den. Yeah, we're here.
Mm,
We can go take a look at the library after this.
okay.
After all, there's a few stories about your father. And yes, and I know that your father is Hermes.
Mm. Definitely didn't forget about that.
Well, it's not the weirdest thing in the world.
But
I'm the child of Pan and Demeter. Walk with me. And so, Arachne's Tavern is over here.
yeah, I think I've only been here like once or twice, but every
Really?
time it keeps changing. Guess just I guess I just expect that if I barely come.
Well, this is where we had the first New World Order election. This is where we had the Queen's Grecian Ball. And we added a few more decorations a while ago, but well, I mean, we took down some of them. It doesn't look like the bartender's around, so just go ahead and get a seat. I'll go ahead and get something for us.
Okay. Yep. This place is pretty different. It's weird. Over here.
All right, well, all I could really get out of there is some wheat beer. Hope you don't mind that.
That's that's
Just be
fine.
careful drinking it. Makes you a little woozy if you drink too much. And also,
Okay.
they had some steak cooking up.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not necessarily my kind of cup, but I'm usually an absinthe person, but I guess that'll do. That'll definitely put some hair on your chest.
Yeah.
I can definitely tell you're one of the children of Hermes. That feather on your hat.
Mm.
One of the main symbols of the god of messages. I've met him a few times. He's uh he's definitely he's definitely got your sister's demeanor.
Yeah, they really do seem the same.
Tell me about it. Hermes is quite the jokester. In fact, I think several of the stories that are in his section at the library are about his misdeeds or mischievous deeds. I should say. Whew. Considering the fact that you are a child of Hermes, that technically makes you a godborn.
It
I don't think you've ever heard of that, have you?
no.
I'm surprised your sister never told you about that kind of stuff.
Uh,
To put it blatantly, Sin, there are 9 of us in this world. 9 godborns. You and I are 2 of them. And well, when it comes to being a godborn, it means you have something special. So there's something special about you, an ability, I guess you could say. And this ability, well, it's been with you your entire life, and you probably never even noticed it. In fact, your name probably isn't actually Sin. That's probably not your real name.
mm, uh, what?
How do I explain this? When we were born in this world from our godparents, or godparent, I should say, for you, we we were given names, but they're not the names that we possess now. In fact, I mean, those are our names technically. Those are the names that we carried almost all of our life, but those aren't our real names. Those aren't the names that we were given, that we were destined with.
Mm-hmm.
You see, history tells you one thing, Sin, and the gods tell you another. History isn't at all, well, if not mostly accurate. Everything that we were taught in terms of certain mythology was made to cover our identities.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I may be Justin, but that's not my actual name. My birth name, my actual birthright of a name, is Ares. Now, that name might be familiar to you, because that's the same name of the Greek god of war.
Yeah.
And well, you may think that's just a fictional story, but that story was made to protect my identity. I am the real Ares. And well, whoever you are, you're the real them. In fact, let me ask you something, son. Have you ever noticed anything strange? Something that felt out of the ordinary when you were growing up? Something that seemed way too convenient?
No, I don't. Can't put my hand on it. It's
Hmm.
hard to think.
That's natural. That's natural. I wouldn't expect you to understand it right off the bat, but the point I'm trying to make is we're not just Godborn, so we have something to us, an ability, like I said. And well, it's been with us ever since we were born. And well, you have it too. Each Godborn has it, from what I've heard. And well, we only know about a certain extent. My sister, her ability is a bit shrouded, I'd say, but I can understand it a bit, but mine is very interesting. In fact, I never even realized it until, well, until I found out about this. My sister and I one day developed a theory about being the gods, and well, we tested it out by praying to the gods that we thought we were, and funny enough, we could hear each other's voices in our heads. It's as if it was traveling to our own brains. And, well, it's not like they whispered into our ear or anything. It was loud, very, very loud. And, well, that's how we figured it out. Our parents kept this secret from us for a long, long time. I can kind of understand why. But at the same time, I can understand why not.
Mm,
Whew. I guess that's worth drinking to.
yeah.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting, but a lot.
I mean, you're the son of Hermes, messenger of the gods. Are you sure your ability is not super duper fast, like he is?
Mm, I don't know.
You're not the Flash or anything like that. That would be very interesting, but our abilities are very low, I'd say. Just because I'm Aries doesn't mean I can't doesn't mean I can pick up a bow and just throw it with one arm. That's not how it works. Apparently our abilities are shrouded. They're they're a bit ambiguous, I'd say, but I figured out what mine was. And well, again, I guess it makes a lot of sense, like I said. Because in the old world, I was a lawyer at first, and then I went on to become a politician. I worked in several points of Congress in the United States government. And well, every time someone tried to shut me down or step over me and think they were better, I'd look at them. I'd look at them with that look in my eyes, that stare that you give, I guess you could say. And they'd walk away. They'd be afraid. They'd sometimes they'd even forfeit. They'd quit their jobs. And
Mm,
I never really thought anything of it. I thought it was just them being intimidated, but that was it the whole time. I don't just have any sort of stare. I have the stare, the penance stare, I guess you could call it. It makes people afraid. And well, let's just say it's 100% accurate every time. I know, right?
that
Ridiculous, but ridiculous, but the truth.
yeah, it's kind of hard to believe, but here we are.
Man, and you have no idea what your ability is, do you?
No,
You've never seen anything out of the ordinary, got lucky a few times, maybe saw something that you shouldn't, hear voices in your head, something like that?
no, not really. Can't really.
Mm. Does your sister know what they do?
No, I really haven't talked to her about God born or powers or what all this.
Hmm. Maybe you should sit down and talk with them about that. In fact, if anything, you should probably seek out your dad for that one.
Mhm.
I mean, after all, Sin's probably not even your name. You should probably ask him what your real name is. In fact, you could ask them that, and then you can ask my sister what that name is. My sister knows a lot about this kind of stuff, and well, if there's one person that would know what that name relates to, it's definitely her. Just ask for the name. That's all you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Yeah, that's really strong. This is why I'm usually not a beer guy. And it's fine. It'll do. I guess I could just wash it down with a steak.
Yeah, that's one way.
Anyways, I told you about my life before all of this. What did you do before?
Well, I kind of just was going to school.
You didn't do
I,
anything else?
well, oh no, you have the classic job you would get when you're like in like starting college.
Hmm.
Other than that, it was Ellie taking care of me.
I see. I don't know. It just feels like there's more to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, you can tell me anything. I'm usually a man who keeps secrets.
I can't really pinpoint anything that really could stand out. There was Ellie that just took care of me since our mom was.
You alright?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there's anything that you do want to tell me, just I'm all ears. I'm a good listener. I listen to my sister all the time. Sisters, and well, I guess that's really all that I have to talk to. Besides your sister and some other people that I've made allies with along the way.
I mean, nowadays I'm a mercenary.
A mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite the job. I There's only one other person that I know that does that kind of work, or used to do that kind of work, according to him.
Hmm.
Mercenary. I mean, I can certainly see it. I'm not going to say that's the job for you, like it's destined to be your purpose or anything, but, you know, I can see you in that kind of position.
Mm.
Just be very careful with who you talk to nowadays. That's very abundantly clear. In fact, I'd say your sister should keep the same thing in mind. A lot of manipulation is happening nowadays, and well, those damn rebels are trying to get their hands on anyone they can.
Mm.
And I'd hate for them to try to come after you. Because you seem nice, you seem outgoing, you seem a little young too. No offense, by the way.
Mm. No, that's fair.
I mean, my son Danny is 18 years old and they got to him before I could. And well, I hate to imagine what they're trying to do to him. But rest assured, if I ever do find out they did something to him, they'll pay. Anyways, I've went ahead and finished up my drink.
Hold on.
Ooh,
Mm.
I'd be a little careful if I were you.
It's fine. I got steak.
You sure? You're gonna walk around a little funny?
Nah, I should be fine.
Alrighty then. Alright, Jason. Time for us to head out. That's the chef's dog, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They usually hang around there. Here. Let's go check out the Apollo's library first. Before we head out. Or, if anything, I can show you around, considering the fact that you haven't really gotten the proper tour yet.
I sure wouldn't mind looking around.
Feels good to get out for once, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry about those guys with swords and shields. Those are my soldiers.
You got soldiers?
Yep. You know, sometimes when you save people from certain threats, they become loyal to you. They're willing to fight for almost any cause. Their loyalty and their admiration and their fearless nature is what makes them an unstoppable force. I mean, my sister has her own army too. It's Royal Guard. But these boys, they answer to me.
I see.
That's what I like about them. Geared like the Spartans that they are. And then there's also guard dogs.
I think I've only been to this library once. That was...
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. I think Ellie said something about that. In fact, I think this is where you two met your dad, from what I heard.
It is.
Yeah, I don't suppose we can read the rules. I'm sure you already know them. Long story short, just don't take any books. Don't burn any books, don't do anything like that. I did see that there are some new books around here somewhere, so you just look around. Aphrodite, Apollo. Oh yeah, this one's new. Apollo and Daphne. I don't think I've seen this book before. Apollo, the god of sun and knowledge, was not lucky in love. He wanted to find someone to find... He wanted to find someone to love, someone to spend the rest of his life with. Woman who he wooed would often reject him or perish, and he thought all hope was lost, but then he met her. She lived a normal life, and when Apollo laid his eyes on her, he felt his world glow brighter. Eventually, he tries to pursue her, which she sees always denied him. Being more focused on her work, because of his persistence, however, she soon began to fall for him too. Then, eventually, ending up having a child together, after all naming him Asclepius. Their lives have been relatively good until the great tragedy struck and Daphne had lost her life to it. This saddened Apollo, since he had the power to heal her, but due to his vow of not interfering with mortal affairs, he called upon his two friends Hades and Demeter to aid him in order to keep Daphne's soul from being taken. He pleaded with them to save her, to do anything. Seeing the god begging them softened their hearts, and they agreed to help him. The two gods began their tasks. Hades took her soul from her body while Demeter brandished a new vessel, a large laurel tree, tall and magnificent. Hades placed her soul into it, which brought the tree to life, Daphne now inhabiting it. Apollo was relieved, however. He was also saddened by her absence, that the god took a vow of silence, no longer seeing the need for music and or talking when the love of his life was lost to him, possibly forever. It now stands on a lone island, just far off the coast of Haven, guarded by the three gods. It is said that Apollo lingers in that area in hopes of seeing Daphne alive once more. Some theorize that there is a way to bring her back to life, and that she is simply waiting dormantly until that time comes when she can reunite with her Apollo and their son once more. So that's what the tree is all about.
And that is something that we are currently still looking for.
Didn't expect to see you here, sis, but what do I expect from the person who writes pretty much all the books here?
I think you mean what you expect from Athena. Hello, Sin.
Skins.
I don't think you've actually met my sister properly, have you?
Mm-mm.
Well, Sin, this is Yuki, aka Athena. She is the queen of the New World.
Pleasure
Hello.
to meet you. This is, according to the documents, this is Ellie's sibling, right? You were the
Mhm.
one person trying to get Ellie off of the roof.
Yes.
So you were here.
Ah, memory sharp as ever. But yes, that's one of the new books. I took my end of the bargain. So now the library is completely, let's say, safe now.
Oh, so you did accomplish your mission.
Yeah, of course. I did
Oh,
tell you that I went there with Swanson.
hmm.
Did I ever tell you anything else, by the way, like finding out another Godborn's name?
No, you didn't. I don't think so.
Remember Wyvern?
No, no, no. I had a feeling. I had a feeling because a
Yes,
while ago when I was
you wanna know
introducing
which
him to
one?
Take It By That Book, I'm gonna assume Asclepius.
Yes, the god of healing, which is
Also the
something
god
I
of
have
medicine,
been.
from what I remember.
Mhm. Well, that would explain his tenacity at making new herbs. Well, finding new herbs, potions, you get the gist. But that is something that I have
Oh
been
my
thinking
goodness, it
about.
all makes sense.
Of course,
Has he shown you the Cerberus breath?
he has. He showed it to Apollo,
He's
and
shown it to me as well.
I got a close look at it as well. Very unique that thing is.
No wonder. I had a feeling because I remember when we went to the research center, I made a comment that he looked a lot like Apollo.
That's because he is their child. That's his mother. The tree is his mother.
Hmm. That's what they mean by living, breathing tree.
It's a literal living and breathing tree, yes. So much so that if you had a stethoscope right now, you could place it on probably the one of the tree's roots, and you could actually hear a heartbeat.
Well, there you have it, Sin.
Scary, yet very fascinating.
Very, very interesting, I'd say. Very
Mm-hmm.
poetic as well.
Yep.
Is there any other new books around here besides that one?
Probably at the bottom, like in one in each level. I'm not entirely sure. I've been really busy, and I just got back from let's say, a trip from Spirited Oasis.
Ah, you finally made the journey down there, huh?
There's actually a very interesting discovery over there.
And what might that be?
We have a first
First of
circumstance.
what?
Do you know reincarnation, dear brother?
I mean, you've told me a little bit about it. It's something that Uncle Hades talked to you about.
Let's just say that the first of its very, very existence is in Spirited Oasis.
Huh.
A person from the 15th century coming back to life.
The 15th century?
Yes, the 15th century. You
So
heard
so
that
like
right?
so like the medieval era?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Huh. That's interesting. I
Quite
guess we're gonna
fascinating,
start.
actually.
I guess we're gonna start seeing more people pop up soon.
Of course, I brought Bentley over there for help with documentation. They're gathering much more information as we speak.
Good, good.
Hmm. Speaking of Bentley, we might have to put some guards around him soon.
I mean, that could be done.
Because I've been thinking about it recently, considering the fact that we are about to go into war. Strategically, it would make sense for the Argus insurgency to possibly take Bentley.
I mean, I guess you have a point there.
Of course.
As of
You
right
ever?
now, expedition squads have found nothing.
Of
In
course.
fact, that's something that I probably need to talk to you about soon.
Mm. I heard
That
something
whole
happened during their trip to Antarctica, right by New Cicero.
Yeah, they couldn't venture in because there was a giant snowstorm, and it
Mm.
it made their journey so harsh that they couldn't go in any further. And well,
I mean,
they
that's
said
normal. It's
that is
Antarctica.
normal. That is normal, but at the same time, this storm was so furious that they think anybody could possibly just not live there. In fact, the new Cicero place
Mm-hmm.
abandoned, from what they told me.
No,
That's
nobody
something.
lives there at all.
That's something that I gotta ask Chris about, because Chris and them lived in Antarctica, but apparently they were never seen.
He's probably off somewhere doing whatever misdemeanor that boy wants to do.
True, but I just need to know these things, because
Of
that was the
course,
last place that we were inspecting, and well, if there's nothing there, then that means the insurgency can be practically anywhere. That whole return to the cold bullshit was probably just a diversion. Cheeky
probably a red
bastards.
herring. There's probably a red herring for all we know. No matter. We'll catch them soon enough. They'll slip. And when they do, we'll be there.
You're not gonna
Just
say it twice.
there's guards plastered all over the place. I highly doubt they'll be able to come back to mainlands.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's why you have to be careful, Sin. There's dangerous people in this world. As much as I hate to admit it.
I mean, have you heard of the news recently? They set fire to Deutschland as a form of retaliation to me, apparently, which is absolutely idiotic because I have no relation to that place.
They want you
They're
to step down because of that. Makes me
for
laugh.
setting fire to another person's land. They just made themselves a bigger enemy and a bigger idiot than ever. They really wanted to give me a message. They would have set fire to Haven, but Haven being is very
That's not gonna
secured.
happen.
Of course, Haven is way too secured. I already fixed that security issue that we had in one of the walls, so.
That's another issue.
Hmm.
Hopefully that Nate fella gets back with something soon.
Yeah, of course, I sent them out to go look for the beans as well.
Anyways, I think we're rambling about ourselves too much here.
Yes, of course, yes.
It's a little bit of an awkward conversation to be in, considering the fact that Sin is over here.
Yes, of course. Though I wonder, considering we found out that, they're a child of Hermes, I wonder which one are you?
Funny enough, we were talking about that over in Arachne's Tavern.
I
They don't even know what their real name is.
Hmm.
And
I
well,
could look through my archives and find something, ask around for, I don't know, second opinions.
I suggested to them to talk to their dad about it. Their dad can tell them some information, but not what they are.
They're
They can
true.
tell them they can tell them their name, I'd say, but not what they can do.
There's so many Godborns. Fucking, I don't even know which one they are. The only ones I know is, well, Swansons, Wyverns, yours. I'm not even entirely sure which one Allison is.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't even know what she is or who she is.
Yes. Pretty sure she's not adopted, so she's definitely a Godborn.
Well, I can always ask Dad or Mom, either one.
You could. I doubt Mother Dearest would definitely do talk to you.
Well, I'm not exactly too fond of her because of the circumstances.
Mm. Still, though. Anyways, are you planning on staying here for long, or?
Well, we just wanted to check to see if there was new books, and then I was gonna show
Oh,
Sin
there is
around
some.
properly.
Oh, there is some down there. I just forgot which level. Crazy.
Well, no time to explore but now.
I think there's even some in the Olympians floor now.
Finally.
Yeah,
Hermes, Pan, Poseidon, Zeus, Olympian tales.
I think there is few in here. I'm not entirely. Yeah, yes, there. Here's one, two.
Pygmalion and Galatea.
Yeah, Pygmalion and Galatea.
And Pandora's box. You said there was another one around here, right?
No, there's only two, I think.
Right. I guess we'll
The
start with
other one
Pandora's box.
is downstairs or upstairs. I can't exactly
Oh,
remember.
that is 19 pages long. Oof. Anyways, I'll go ahead and start reading this. In ancient Greece, there were two brothers named. These names.
Do you need help?
Sure, I guess.
Give me a second.
I know what the other one's pronounced, but this one I'm.
Oh, it's
Epimetheus?
Epimetheus. Epimetheus, sorry.
Epimetheus?
And that the second one is Prometheus.
I know how to pronounce Prometheus.
Yeah.
Epimetheus and Prometheus. They upset the gods and annoyed the most powerful of the gods, Zeus in particular. This was not the first time humans had upset Zeus, and once before, as punishment, he had taken from humans the ability to make fire. This meant they could no longer cook their meat and could not keep themselves warm. However, Prometheus was clever, and he knew that on the island of Lemnos, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, you're pretty much correct.
Lived a god with burning fire. He had a fire burning to keep his forge hot. Prometheus traveled in Lemnos and to Lemnos and stole the fire from the gods. Zeus was furious and decided that the humans had to be punished once and for all for their lack of respect. Zeus came up with a very cunning plan to punish the two brothers. With the help of the gods, they created a woman from clay. One goddess then breathed life into the clay. Aphrodite made her very beautiful, and Hermes taught her how to be both charming and deceitful. Zeus called her Pandora and sent her as a gift to Epimetheus. I, I'm
Yes, yeah.
I'm getting these names wrong. I'm sorry.
It is alright.
His brother Prometheus had warned him not to accept any gifts from the gods, but I'm just going to call them E, was completely charmed by the woman and thought Pandora was so beautiful that she could never cause any harm, so he agreed to marry her. Zeus, pleased that his trap was working, gave Pandora a wedding gift of a beautiful box. There was one very, very important condition, however, that she must never open the box. Pandora was very curious, very curious about the contents of the box, but she had promised that she would never open it. All she could think about was what could be in the box. She could not understand why someone would send her a box if she could not see what was in it. It seemed to make no sense at all to her, and she could think of nothing else but opening the box and unlocking its secrets. This was just what Zeus had planned. Finally, Pandora could stand it no longer. When she knew E was out of sight, she crept up to the box and took a huge key off of the high shelf, fitted it carefully into the lock, and turned it. But at the last moment, she felt a pang of guilt, imagined how angry her husband would be and quickly locked the box again without opening the lid, and put the key back to where she found it. 3 more times she did this until at last she knew she had to look inside, or she would go immediately mad. She took the key, slid it into the lock, and turned it. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and slowly lifted the lid of the box. She opened her eyes and looked into the box, expecting to see fine silks, gowns, or gold bracelets and necklaces, or even piles of gold coins. But there was no gleam of gold or treasure. There was no shining bracelets and not one beautiful dress. The look of excitement on her face quickly turned to one of disappointment, and then horror. For Zeus had packed the box full of all the terrible evils he could think of. Out of the box poured disease and poverty. Out came misery, out came death, out came sadness, all shaped like tiny buzzing moths. The creature stung Pandora all over and over again, and she slammed the lid shut. E ran into the room and to see why she was crying in pain. Pandora could still hear a voice calling to her from the box, pleading with her to be let out. E agreed that nothing inside the box could be worse than the horrors that had already been released, so they opened the lid once more. All that remained in the box was hope. It fluttered from the box like a beautiful dragonfly, touching the wounds created by the evil creatures and healing them. Even though Pandora had released pain and suffering upon the world, she had also allowed hope to follow them.
And that is why we have hope.
Interesting. I always heard of the legend of Pandora's box, but I never anticipated that it would be that horrifying.
It's all because a girl got a little curious.
Pygmalion and Galatea. 10 pages long.
Yeah, it's Pygmalion Galatea.
Oh. Pygmalion, the mythical king of Cyprus, had many problems when dating women. He always seemed to accept dates with the wrong women. Some were rude, others were selfish. He was revolted by the faults nature had placed in these women. It left him feeling very depressed. He eventually came to despise the female gender so much that he decided he would never marry any maiden. For comfort and solace, he turned to the arts, finding his talent in sculptures. Using exquisite skills, he carved a statue out of ivory that was so something. Goodness gracious,
Resplendent.
why you
Resplendent.
gotta use big words when you write these things? Resplendent, and despite and delicate, no maiden could compare with its beauty. The statue was the perfect resemblance of a living maiden. Pygmalion fell in love with his creation and often laid his
His
hat
head.
upon his head.
Yes, that's head. I have to rewrite that. That's head.
You just erase it and then write it in again. Upon the ivory statue, as if to reassure himself it was not living. He named the ivory maiden Galatea and adorned her lovely figures with women's robes and placed rings on her fingers and jewels about her at the festival of Aphrodite, which is celebrated with a great relish throughout all of Cyprus. Lonely Pygmalion lamented his situation. When the time came for him to play his part in a processional, Pygmalion stood by the altar and humbly prayed, "If the gods can give all things, may I have as my wife, I pray." He did not dare say the ivory maiden, but instead said, "One like the ivory maiden." Aphrodite, who also attended the festival, heard his plea, and she also knew of the thought that he had wanted to utter he wanted to utter, showing her favor. She caused the altar's flame to flare up 3 times, shooting a long flame of fire into the still air. After the day's festivities, Pygmalion returned home and kissed Galatea, as was his custom. At the warmth of his kiss, he started as if stung by a hornet. The arms that were ivory now felt soft to the touch, and when he softly pressed her neck, the veins throbbed with life. Humbly raising her eyes, the maiden saw Pygmalion and the light of day simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Yeah.
Aphrodite blessed the happiness and union of the couple with a child. Pygmalion and Galatea named the child's these names, I swear. Yuki.
Yes.
How do you pronounce that?
Which one?
The child.
Oh, the child. Hang on. Give me a second.
Page 9.
Oh, page 9. That's just Paphos.
Paphos, thank you, for which the city is known until this day. Story location clue. Pygmalion and Galatea lived out their days in the city of that
Paphos.
name, Paphos, yes, located west of Torado's mountain range along the
Trudeau's
western
mountain.
coast of Cyprus. The city is also north and west of Aphrodite's Rock. Okay,
No,
listen, you cannot dig into me for these pronunciations, all right?
it's fine.
Goodness gracious, I swear. Well, that was a lot of reading.
I mean, you could read on your off time, but yes.
Or learn how to pronounce some of these names.
Well, I do have to rewrite that one because there's a mistake in there.
Okay.
That was a lot of wasted ink sacks, but anyway.
I'm sure you can get more. After all, Poseidon keeps plaguing your waters with squids.
Oh yes, we have that infestation. I don't know why he won't stop.
Guy couldn't be any more petty.
Of course, I think it's because he already knows that Apollo will give me his favor.
I mean, you are technically winning.
I am technically winning. The score is only simply 1-3. I'm highly doubt it'll be a worrisome thing.
It would seem so.
If he wants to take Haven, he has to take it out of my cold, dead body.
Oh boy, looks like the weather's acting up a bit. I guess a tour of the city wouldn't exactly be necessary at this time, considering the fact that the weather is really something. I'm getting sand in my eye.
Hang on a second. Give me a second.
Hmm?
Dearest Zeus, will you please put safety in our travel and clear the weather for us, please? I wonder if that works. I wonder if that works.
I don't exactly think so. Okay, you just got lucky that time. That's just lucky. That is absolutely just luck on your side. Anyways, I was gonna show Sin around, and I guess now I can.
You're welcome. Oh, hello, villager.
This is something.
Well, of course, that tree over there, that's my sister's home.
That's my house. You can't go in there.
Of course. There's the north entrance. This is the village area. Skyway entrance. Guards that are seemingly... Well, the guards are doing their jobs, but the golem guards are... Some of them are on duty, but then some of them are over there in the water.
I don't know why they do that. They just do that. Bentley and I have been already trying to get them out, so have the guards, but they just keep going back there. There's probably something in there that they find. At that point, I might as well just dig a hole in the middle.
There's Pamina's temple, aka the temple for Demeter, our mother. That is Wyvern's house, aka Asclepius.
This is Poseidon's Peninsula. I named that peninsula after him, and he's still trying to take Haven. That's great.
You should rename it just to spite him. Stables are over there. This is the shop area where many boats come in. There's also some shops such as blacksmith and, funny enough, even a fireworks shop.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's right here. Bentley wasn't the only talented dimwit.
Well, when you say it like that, it's kind of harsh.
No, I
And
mean
there's
that's
the
what
winery.
they called him before. I'm just going by what they called him. He's not an idiot, complete idiot. Bentley's very reliable.
Good. There's the winery that's ran by our local guard, Evan. And then back here is a shrine of
There's a
ours.
sheep on the. I'll just lead that somewhere. I don't know why it's trying to eat the bushes. That's concerning. Actually, let me get rid of it. You continue what you're doing, but I'll have to move him a little bit. Hey, shoot.
This is the Oasis Shrine. This is a shrine that's devoted to all of the gods, or pantheon gods, from what we know. From Aphrodite all the way to Zeus. And, well, some of us as well.
Here's mine.
And, of course, there's mine over there. It makes me question why we aren't up there and we're still down here.
It's probably not our time yet.
Our time.
Are you really sure you're gonna be ready for that when you die? When you know, I don't know. Probably.
Sis, I was leading in the old world. I think I'm ready for anything.
Are you sure you don't know? You probably have some unfinished business here.
Out of all of the people here, there's only one we haven't seen. And that's Artemis.
Oh, that's actually what I'm speculating right now. Actually, I think I might have found her.
What? And you didn't think to tell me this till now?
It slipped my mind, but I think I know who it is. I've seen them actually in action recently.
Alrighty then, I see.
You're not curious as the least bit who it is?
Well, I'm waiting for you to tell me.
Like to be mysterious. Anyways, it's probably Pastelli.
Pastelli. Wait a minute, wait a minute. The the one who dug all the way to Anime Land
Yes, that one.
with Chris, if I remember?
Yes, that one.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen her shot a bow while she wasn't even looking at the target, and it basically hit the bullseye.
You sure? And you sure anyone can do that? Or
No, I tried doing that. I barely even hit it. I was looking at
well,
the target, shooting it, and we were like, 10 meters away from the target.
did they do anything else? Like shoot multiple arrows at the same time? Did they hit 3 bullseyes within 3 seconds?
Yes, that's what happened.
Okay. I was just joking. All right. I was just joking, but I
You can
guess
ask
that's the truth.
Swanson. She recently got, well, let's say, she recently went to Swanson's place when I was visiting
Wait a minute.
Swanson, and
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on just a second.
hmm?
I'm thinking at the moment.
Did I never tell you that she recently got recruited for the Royal Guardsmen?
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Us 3. Ellie, Sin, Sky. Who else? Swanson.
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
Actually, wait a second.
I think you're onto the same thing that I'm onto.
We miss. It's not 9.
No, of course it's not 9. What? They told us it was 9. What?
That's 10.
That's 10. Oh my gods.
Did they
Looks like
miscount?
did they
No.
miscount? No, that can't be it. No. Like,
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. I'm giving myself a overload just thinking about it. Yeah, no, that's 10. Pretty sure that's 10. I don't think I'm bad at math.
who else did we account for?
That's I counted. No, that's basically it. That's everybody.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just rack my brain around this. Okay,
Minus
so
Pastelli. Minus Pastelli,
you,
that's 9.
myself, Allison, Sin, Ellie, Swanson, Sky, Wyvern. Who else did you suspect or got right?
I know that there's one more.
And you're
You already.
suspecting Pastelli as Artemis. So isn't that 9?
That is 9. They miscount again. Oh my god.
Said
There's
something
gotta
about
be.
you said something about 10. Does that mean you're suspecting someone else?
There is actually a possibility, but I'm not entirely sure yet because there's no proof.
What you thinking?
I have to look further into it because
All
I
right,
haven't
well,
exactly seen them in action. The speculation. But there's something about the way that they looked at me. Amongst everybody, it's pretty different. Like a
for now,
thirst.
well, for now we'll just remain with the 9. But 10 Godborns? That just doesn't make a lot of sense now, does it?
That doesn't make a lot of sense. We should probably ask about
Why would they
that.
be so adamant about 9 Godborns when there's could be actually 10?
You don't think that they meant to hide the other one, did you?
I don't know. The gods like to hide a lot of stuff from us. I mean, hell, they hid our identities until this all happened.
Hmm.
I don't know. Just keep that thought in the back of your mind.
Alright. Well, I am keeping a list.
All right, let's go ahead and get on out of here.
I wonder what Sin can actually do.
Oh,
Again, that's what we were talking about in the bar, and well,
Also, this donkey's right here. Hey, don't eat the produce. What's wrong with you?
like, that's what we were talking about in the tavern, but we haven't had a clue. That's why I told Sin here to ask their dad what their name is.
Hmm.
And, well, as long as they have the name, they can come to you and you can figure out who it is. Because if there's anybody who knows pretty much almost everything about the mythology and whatnot, or specifically the deities, it would be you.
Hmm. Then I'm like thinking there's multiple what if babies.
I mean, I guess you could say that's true.
And where I'm still speculating which one is legitimately true and the other ones are just stories. That's why progress has been a bit slow in the library. Because some of the tales aren't even true and I had to think about it real quick.
I guess so. Anyways, I think you've seen pretty much almost everything here in Haven.
mm-hmm.
I think we should probably get you back home.
You probably should.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for a nap.
Of course you
You
are. All that drinking and all that food eating and all that traveling really got you tired.
I swear to God, Sin could probably sleep through a bomb that you might drop.
Don't tempt me. Little something that me and Wyvern have been talking about.
Suggestion.
Hmm?
You think you can drop one in, let's say, France?
Why?
No reason.
I get that you and President Nova have this kind of rivalry going on, but seriously, there's no reason for me to. I'm not gonna. This is why you shouldn't be in charge of that kind of stuff.
You think I would even want to be in charge with something so dangerous as that? I'm not the god of war.
Why, of course you aren't.
I'm the goddess of war strategy.
And
I
wisdom.
plan, and you go. Take care, by the way. If you see any squids, just kill them. I don't care. God damn
You
it, there's
got it,
more of
sis.
them.
Guess I can try my luck at this. That missed completely.
Just hit
This
one
is
of them at the
why
very
I
least.
like. This is why I like swords instead. Okay, at least I hit one.
That one is moving, you slippery bastard.
Anyways,
Okay,
if you.
there we go.
Alrighty then. There's a few more over there. Good luck with them.
Bye.
I'm probably gonna have to call his help.
Alright. Let's head back home. Or let's head back to your home. I gotta get you home safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been an adventure.
My sister's quite the person to talk to, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Surprised the sun isn't going down. I guess time is a little bit slow.
Yeah. So like,
But we'll get you back home in no time, okay? We should have probably taken the Skyway.
it's fine. Who doesn't enjoy the view?
Anyways, did you think about possibly what your ability is?
I think I was more interested in everything else.
I mean, it was very interesting that my sister prayed that the weather go away, and well, she got lucky enough for that one to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stuff like that that you should look out for. Stuff that's a little out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm. Just something that's a little different but should stick out.
I don't know. That's up for you to find out. You sure you're not able to speak to the dead or something?
No, no. At least I think.
I don't suppose you can or anything like that. I guess it's fun to theorize.
Yeah.
And there's the tree.
Well, learned a
Glad to
new
finally
thing.
know what it is. Every time we pass that tree, I guess you can officially say that you're looking at a living, breathing tree.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever go a day in my life without probably thinking about that. I mean, everything in the old world was so simple, symbolic, beautiful. Infrastructure, nothing really too out of the ordinary. It was just everyday life without a shroud of magic, shroud of armor. It was all something, I guess you could say.
It was.
I lived with my mom and dad and my two sisters and technically our adopted brother, but our adopted brother moved out as soon as they could and we never heard from them again. And they're not a godborn. They're just adopted. But me and my two other siblings, my two sisters, we lived with our dad and our mom. We had this beautiful house out in a wooded area. In fact, it was so beautiful that I guess you could say log cabins would shred to look at it. I guess you could say it was something like that. It was pretty big. pretty nice, had lots of windows here and there. My
Sounds
sisters had
nice.
their own rooms, I had my own room, and Mom and Dad would just be around. But what I couldn't get over was the view. There was this one spot in the backyard in which if you stood at a certain area, there would be an opening in the trees and you'd see nothing but forest and mountains. It was really amazing to see. I sometimes would go outside there with my sister, the one that we just talked with and hung out with, and we'd just sit there and look out in the distance. Sometimes we'd do that early in the morning when the sun would rise. It was beautiful. It's a very beautiful view. I mean,
Sounds
it's not like we
nice.
can't see that view nowadays. We could, but it's not the same.
It's so just weird to think about how everything's changed.
I mean, yeah, true, but I guess it's square one. Now we can really feel what it was like for humans back thousands upon thousands of years ago. I mean, hell, we've already managed to invent several things that we had in the old world. I mean, that skyway though, that's a very interesting innovation, right?
Yeah.
We used to have interstates and highways and all that stuff, but now we got the skyways. Because sliding on a boat is much more faster than a Tesla.
Yeah, that somehow. I don't know.
Oh man, you're quite the listener. I like that about you. Hold on a second, just gotta make sure I'm going in the right direction before and not get us lost. Because that would be very, very bad. I wouldn't want to have to tell your sister that I lost you.
Oh,
Or we
gosh.
got lost. Thankfully, if geography has taught me anything, it's how to remember how to navigate the seas.
God, that was bad geography.
Well, that and Captain Mint has taught me a few things.
Think
Haven't spoken to them in a while, but I hope they're doing fine.
I've only met them once or twice.
Alright, I think we're coming up on the area now. Should be there in just a minute. Okay, yeah, that's familiar. Alright, we're in the right
Yeah,
area.
that's definitely home.
Yep, there's the bench I was talking about. Or at least I was referencing. I think I referenced it, I don't know. Memory's kind of grainy. Watch your step. Alright. I did see that you two have been adding around decorations. It's very nice to see.
It's nice to just help around. Even if I don't get out that much, Ellie will still drag me to do stuff.
You should lighten up about that. It's not a bad thing to go out and go see the world. For what's left of it.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice talking to you. It really was. We should do this more often.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Well, I'll be coming around more often than I used to, I guess.
Alright.
Anyways, nice talking to you, bud. You have a nice nap.
Bye.
Goodbye, bud.
Ooh. I think it is nap time, guys. I just want a nap. I don't care. I'll just take both beds. Night, night. We're done with stream. uh, let's see who's alive that I can raid. But I really hope you'll enjoy stream today. I've been meaning to stream BerryWorld a lot more. But let's see who's live. Well, Rex is live playing Cuphead. We'll raid him. Tell Rex tell Rex both. Uh, until next time, I don't know when that will be, but I really hope y'all enjoyed today's stream. Bye.